Good morning. Good morning. Here we are for our April market update, looking back at what happened in our local real estate market in March and rounding out first quarter of 2021. So hopefully the year is off to a good start for everybody in our local market, whether you're buying a house or selling a house or staying in the house you've got. Hopefully everybody's having a great year so far, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend. This past weekend was absolutely beautiful. We had family come over Saturday evening, and we did a really fun glow-in-the-dark nighttime Easter egg hunt in our neighborhood for all of the neighborhood kids, and Joey's grandkids came over and they joined in the fun. So that was great and something really cool. One of our neighbors organized it, and I had never heard of glow-in-the-dark eggs or even had any clue that an evening nighttime egg hunt would be so much fun, but it was great. So we did that on Saturday evening, and then Joey and I had a wonderfully quiet and relaxing Easter Sunday. And we're not ones to sit around very much, but sometimes you just need to lay low and decompress. And we actually sat together on the sofa all afternoon on Easter Sunday and we binge watched a series called The Chosen that a friend of mine had shared with me on Saturday, actually. So it was awesome. I do not know if you've ever watched or heard of The Chosen, but it was phenomenal. We watched all of first season on Sunday, and second season just started Sunday evening. They did the live premiere of episode 1 of season 2. So we even watched that on Sunday evening. It was so cool. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's actually not something you watch on Netflix or any of those. It is its own app, and it's a free app. You don't even have to sign up or give an email address. It doesn't cost anything. But it was so good that I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you go to the App Store, it's the app called The Chosen, and you can download it, and you can actually live stream it right there. Like, you can stream it on your phone, or you can mirror it to your TV. So we have Apple TV at home, so we were able to mirror it through Apple TV. But of course, Fire Stick and a lot of other devices can be used. So that's obviously not at all real estate related, but it was an incredible series that we watched. So I definitely wanted to share that with you in case you hadn't heard of it. I had not heard of that series until a friend of mine shared it with me. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to share it with you guys. So if anybody wants to check it out, I'd love to know your thoughts and how it impacts you. But it was really cool. And Joey and I did that together, which made it even more special. Neither of us usually binge watch most anything. That's just not our thing. We're usually out and about, either working or enjoying some outdoor recreation. But this was a little bit different, change of pace, and it was awesome. So I hope you guys had a great Easter weekend as well. I am not going to keep you guys long. I have a crazy busy schedule today, so lucky for you, I won't ramble quite as much as I normally do about our market. I know I get excited and passionate about all of it, and I can talk for hours about real estate and our market and what's going on, but I'm going to condense this just into a few minutes. I am going to go through with you the numbers, how March closed out, and then what first quarter looked like for this year so far. How did first quarter close out, and how did that compare to first quarter of 2020? So we'll run through some numbers, and I'm going to keep it brief, and I'll let you guys go, and you can let me know if you have any questions. Always, please tag people. If you know somebody that's thinking of buying or selling, or maybe needs help for any number of reasons with some real estate, tag them in this post. Send them our contact information. Share this on your Facebook page. Help us help everybody in our community. And the more that you share, all of those things, the more it helps the algorithms to support what me and my team are doing here in real estate. So let's get started going into Harris and Muscogee County for March and first quarter. So in March for Muscogee and Harris County, this is based on the Columbus Board of Realtors data. Hey, Brian, good to see you out there. In March, we had 302 closed sales. There are currently 280 active listings, and there are currently 572 pending sales, meaning under contract but not yet closed. Out of the 302 closed sales for March, this is the breakdown on the types of financing that everybody got. 106 were conventional, 85 were VA, 43 were FHA, 64 were cash, and 4 were some other type of financing. When we look at the price point breakdown, we had under 100,000 were 50 of those closed sales. From 100 to 200,000, 100 closed sales. From 200 to 300,000, 75 closed sales. From 300 to 400,000, 39 closed sales. From 400 to 500,000, 23 closed sales. From 500 to $1 million, there were 13 closed sales. And over $1 million, there were 2 closed sales. That is a fantastic spread of price point ranges. We've got about 58% of what sold and closed in March was between 100 to 300,000. And the other percentages were pretty well spread out, with our high-end market, which is typically when we crest over 400, we start getting into the high-end market in this area. So to see some really good numbers in the high-end market is very encouraging, and that's exciting. So if you remember, if you go back to the market updates we were doing this time last year, of course, that was in the middle of the shutdown when we got started with all of this. And the high-end market, when we started to crest over that 400,000, there was like nothing moving. It was very quiet in that market range a year ago. And right now we're seeing something totally different. So that's a really good indicator of where our market is, and it's exciting. So looking at, let's see, closed sales for March 2020 versus March 2021, there were 253 closed sales in March of 2020 and 302 closed sales in March of 2021. So that's a 49 home difference. So that's great. We have seen 49 more homes close in March year over year. So that was a great number increase. Let's look at first quarter numbers and what that looks like for us. So in first quarter of this year, 2021, we had 745 closed sales. In first quarter of last year, 2020, we had 661 closed sales. So we had 84 more closed sales first quarter of this year than last year. Looking at those average price point breakdowns and days on the market, 2021 first quarter, we have an average price point on closed sales of $224,540 with an average of 42 days on the market. This time last year for first quarter of 2020, the average sales price was $188,325 with an average of 76 days on the market. So you can see there's been some great improvement from first quarter of 2020 to first quarter of 2021, and still astoundingly low inventory. We're headed into spring. We do see more homes start to come on the market in spring, but we are still very much going to have a shortage of inventory based on buyer demand. So again, I've been preaching this for weeks now. We are getting multiple offers on almost every home that comes on the market. I mean, so if you're out there as a buyer competing, please make sure you are working with an agent, preferably on my team, but working with an agent that understands how to help you win those bids, because it's very competitive right now. And as a listing agent, I've had up to 30 offers on homes, and it's shocking to me how agents sometimes misguide their clients to make these offers that are not effective. If a buyer really wants a house, there are certain things that can be done in the negotiation process, and my buyer team is very well versed on how to help buyers position themselves in multiple offer situations. So keep that in mind. If you're out there looking at homes and you're seeing that they're going like this and they're having multiple offers, and you're seeing that competitiveness, and you need an agent to help you with that is very savvy and understands this market and how to negotiate in this market, call us, because my team definitely can do that. So let's look at Russell. That's Harris and Muscogee County. Let's look at Russell and Lee County based on the East Alabama Board of Realtors. How did things close out in March for 2021 and first quarter? So in March, there were 163 closed sales. There are currently 119 active sales and currently 319 pending sales, meaning homes currently under contract. So you can see there's a large number of pending sales versus what's actually active on the market. Based on what closed out of the 136 closed sales, the types of financing that people got, conventional, there were 33, VA, there were 24, FHA, there were 54, cash offers were 20, or cash closings were 21, and there were 4 other types of financing. And I know I do every market update, I do the breakdown on the types of financing that people got. And the reason I do that is because it's important for you as a buyer to kind of understand how some types of financing are more attractive in a multiple offer situation. And for example, sellers love conventional financing. Conventional financing has some benefits to a seller that are not offered through other types of financing like FHA and VA. And it's important to understand that even if you are eligible to get a VA loan in a competitive market, that might not be the right financing to get if you're wanting to win a bid on a house. Again, my team understands that, and we can definitely go into more detail and explain why a seller would find a conventional contract potentially more attractive than an FHA or VA contract. Doesn't mean clearly that that sellers don't accept FHA and VA contracts, because they do. But in multiple offer situations, you can have a competitive edge that you may not fully understand, but an agent who knows what they're doing and understands contracts can explain it to you and help you position better. So again, my team is very, very well versed on this type of thing. Tom and Kylie are extraordinary buyer agents, and they really understand how to negotiate in this market. Okay, looking at price point breakdown on what closed in March. Under 100,000, there were 13 closed sales. 100 to 200,000, there were 59 closed sales. 200 to 300,000, there were 48 closed sales. 300 to 400,000, there were 13 closed sales. 400 to 500,000, there was 1 closed sale, and over 500, there were 2 closed sales. As you can see, the high-end market on the Alabama side is a little bit more challenging. There is less inventory of high-end homes often, and typically a lot of our high-end market will be homes that are either on extensive acreage or on the water. We see that's a lot of what we see that goes under contract on the Alabama side of the river. So let's look at March 2020 versus March 2021. Closed sales in March of 2020 were 115, and this year, remember, March 2021, 136. So that's a difference, an increase of 21 closed sales, which is terrific. We're definitely seeing more activity happening. We're also seeing price points going up and days on the market going down. And let's look at that illustration of what's been going on in first quarter of 2020 versus 2021. So 2021 this year, first quarter, we had 334 closed sales in Russell and Lee County area. And in 2020, we had 308. So that's a difference of 26 homes. The average sold price in 2021 first quarter is $194,500 and an average of 44 days on the market, versus 2020 with an average sold price of $172,000 with an average of 117 days on the market. So you can see our market is doing really well, and it's across all price points. on both our Alabama side and Georgia side, meaning Muscogee and Harris County is my team coverage area, and Georgia and Russell and Lee County is our team coverage area in Alabama. So we've definitely seen price points from first quarter last year to first quarter this year. Our average price has gone up, average days on the market has gone down. All of this is helping, and low inventory, all of it is helping to drive a very, very competitive market. And, you know, for real estate agents, it's fun. We're in our element. It's exciting to see the market like this. We know it won't stay like this forever because markets always change. We're certainly not anticipating any kind of crash at this point. That's not really what the discussions are, but there's always market change. You know, markets ebb and flow. They have highs and lows. We're definitely in more of a high, but I'm not expecting, based on the information I'm getting and the sources I use, there's not any expectation of hitting some kind of big low. Of course, I don't have that crystal ball. I don't know everything about what the future holds, but I do know I have confidence in where we are in this market and what's going on. It looks like things are going to continue to be very strong going into second quarter and into the summer. Maintaining a lot of competitive side from the buyer-seller perspective, meaning that we are in a seller's market and buyers are really having to compete and come in strong to get the houses that they want. There are some deals to be had, but right now it's more competitive, you know, and many things are selling over list price. Which is crazy because I've been doing this for 17 years and I have not in my career been in a situation like this in our market. So again, it's exciting. It's fun to see. And certainly if you have a home to sell, this seems to be a really good time to do it. So if you are thinking about it for any reason at all, you know, there's a lot of fun, exciting reasons that people sell homes, but there's also a lot of other situations that maybe are not quite as fun and exciting. You know, I have clients who, you know, lose parents or spouses and need to make changes in housing because of that, or sell estate type properties. And, you know, unfortunately, we do have clients that are in some tough economic situations through job loss and things like that have happened over the last year with COVID. You know, we do have clients that are not in a great economic situation, and a need to sell isn't because they're moving up to the next greatest house. It might be in order to avoid foreclosure or something like that. And we're here to help with all of that. Look, I'll tell you this. God does not ask me, He has not gifted me with this business and asked me to sell price points. He has commanded me to help people. And that is what my team and I do. We help people. No matter what your situation, no matter what your price point is, we are here to help you. It may be fun and exciting, or it may be a very difficult time in your life. Either way, we can adjust and help guide you in the right direction to achieve whatever it is you need for your specific circumstance. So please keep that in mind. If you know anyone that needs to buy or sell, again, for any reason, have them reach out to us, send them this video, tag them in this, share it. I know in the beginning of the video, I mentioned something that Joey and I watched this past weekend, the series called The Chosen. When we finish, I'm going to put the link to that in the comments. So if you're interested, they do have a Facebook page you can follow. I think some of their first season is also on YouTube, but I'm not into all the commercials and stuff on YouTube, so I haven't watched it there. But I'll put the link to where you can get back to their app so that you too can enjoy that series if you haven't watched it. And again, I would love to know, those of you that have watched it, what did you think? Did you love it as much as I do? If you haven't watched it and you do watch it, I'd love to know what you think as well. So anyhow, we will be back with more great market updates. I guess we're in April now. can't believe it's already April. So in May, early May, that first week, I'll be doing a market update on how things have closed out in April. But in the meantime, if you've got questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You guys have a great afternoon, or a great day. It's not afternoon yet. It's only 9:23. But I've been up since 4, so it's almost like afternoon for me. Anyhow, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.